Hi, this is ESPN's Dave Lamont, and you're listening to the Sports Objective Podcast, the unofficial podcast of the Pirates.
Welcome into the Sports Objective, a very special edition. It's not every day you have one of your music heroes. A big show tomorrow night in Williamston, Saturday night. It's going to be great. Another Saturday night. And with us right now, and by the way, I want to give a shout out to our good friend, Bubba Rosenbaum.
Yeah, Bubba.
Big victory today in Greenville. First time ever Super Regional. Pirates win 13-7. And
Congrats.
So we have another game. It's been a busy week for us. That's right. With us right now from the chairman of the board, North Carolina Music Hall of Famer, Ken Knox. How are you?
David, I'm doing great. How are you and Bubba doing?
We're doing even better now. We have one more victory, and I was telling you in the green room pre-show, all we have to do is get one more victory against Texas. That game's at noon. As soon as the game is over, I want everybody to travel to Williamston to Bob Martin Ag Center. And they're going to see my good friend Nicky Harris is going to open up. He's going to warm up the crowd. And then I'm going to tell you, you want to talk about, I was thinking about you this weekend.
Okay.
The word for chairman of the board, all you have to say is two words, instant party. That's what I think about when I think about chairman of the board.
And you're right. Instant party. I mean, I need a T-shirt saying that. Absolutely. Chairman of the board on the back, instant party. I'll give you some royalties.
Okay, that sounds good. Just give me a T-shirt. I'm a T-shirt dude, so
okay,
that's all I need.
All right.
Hard to believe. Has it really been 50 years? I think I saw you have a T-shirt. 50 years of chairman of the board. Is that right?
50-year anniversary of Give Me Just a Little More Time.
Okay, it's more than that. Okay.
And chairman of the board. However, I'm 48 years in. I came in 2 years later.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And that was like a thrill of a lifetime, because like you and yourself and a lot of other people, I was a big fan of the group. Never dreamt or dreamed that I would become a member. So that 50-year shirt it means a lot, you know?
Yeah. What happened? How did that happen that you became a member? I mean, when you think about you yourself and of course, General Norman Johnson, Danny Woods, we miss them a lot.
Yes.
But you guys, how did that come? The chemistry that you guys had, all those shows, as many times I've seen you at Deadwood and Greenville, Wilmington, so many great shows. Where did that chemistry, how did that come about?
Man, I tell you, speaking of baseball, I like to liken it or equate it to General being the home run hitter, right? Or cleanup man, what you want to call it. And then Danny being a great pitcher. I was a pinch runner.
Okay. All right.
When they got on, when they had the crowd, I would take it from there. So I run the bases with it, and that's I always equated it to, to baseball, because those guys were like my big brothers. They still are, even though they're not with us anymore. But I learned a lot from them, and the chemistry was definitely there. I mean, it's hard to beat that chemistry.
Right.
I got a good group now. With Thomas and Brandon and the executives. But speaking of chemistry, that was the chemistry.
No question. And now I wanted to tell everybody that the band is still going strong after all these years. I see you guys warming up all the shows. I was telling you before the show, you guys are everywhere this year. Very happy that we're starting to see our industry finally come back as far as sports, entertainment. A lot of our friends that are in the travel industry. There's a lot of things. I work at a hospital, so out in Greenville, so there's been a lot of people affected by COVID, and so now we have a situation where we're we're almost out of the woods, I think, so to speak. But the great news is that people can be indoors again at concerts, at ball games, things
Yeah.
like that. And really happy for you guys that you have not only my show coming up tomorrow night, but a
Right.
lot afterwards too. So if you can't make it tomorrow night, make sure that you see chairmans all over the place, all over
Right.
Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm sure other
And,
places too.
and England.
England.
Oh yeah, we got a tour coming up over there next year. We've gone to England for the past 5 years, and it's a great. I mean, they love Chairman of the Board over there. My first tour there was in 1974.
Wow.
And I saw a guy. I wouldn't say a roadie, a production guy. When I went in 2016, he came to the show. I hadn't seen this guy in 42 years.
Wow.
He said, "Ken, do you realize it's been 42 years since I've seen you?" I said, "Wow." And then he came back in 2018 and 2019. So they love American music, and they're huge fans of Chairman of the Board. And so, you know, we get a lot of love over there, like we do here in the Carolinas. You know, one time General met with Barry Gordy, right? A few years back. And he came back and said, you know, Gordy wants us to sign, but you know what? We're not going to turn our backs on the fans of the Carolinas. So we kept it independent because you guys, yourself as a DJ, a mobile DJ, and all the DJs, y'all supported us. So why go away from that? And in fact, one of the General's philosophies were, or sayings was, if you're getting served breakfast in bed, why get up and go to the dining room table?
That's a great,
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's a great one. There's
So,
no question.
We love the fans of the Carolinas, Virginia, the Southeast, the world. You know, we've been very, very fortunate. And hey, tomorrow is going to be off the chain, if I can say so.
Yes, you can. Yes, you
You know,
can.
'cause you know what? Nikki Harris, I just realized this. He was a label mate. He was on Surfside Records. And
right.
So it'd be two label mates doing the same show tomorrow.
Yeah, and our good friend John Moore, who has a show with the Friday Night Sock Hop on WNCT 107.9 and the obviously Greenville, but it goes all over Eastern North Carolina. And of course, you can hear it on the TuneIn radio app. One of my favorite things if you love radio, and of course that you guys are going to play a lot of great hits, I know, and people are, in fact, it's funny because one of the songs I've heard so many times, people are teasing me. They'll walk by me at work or different places, and they start singing Carolina Girls, or they just like they smirk and sing it like that. They don't sing it as good as you guys, obviously.
But you know what? That song has been so important to us and the females of both Carolinas. It's so important that you see it on T-shirts, you see it on bumper stickers, anything that, I mean, because it's pride. It's given, there's California girls, but then when Jenna wrote that song, then all of a sudden, all the girls start standing up. It was prideful. So yeah, you're gonna get Carolina Girls tomorrow.
And there'll be I'm sure there'll be a lot of other surprises, maybe songs that are you gonna? I know there are a lot of artists who like to rest songs and then bring songs back. Are there songs and you are generous with your time tonight? I know you're putting the final touches on everything and getting ready for the trip tomorrow to Williamston, North Carolina, to Bob Martin Ag Center. Certainly, is there anything you've had so many accomplishments? Is there anything I've always wanted to ask you? Is there anything that you haven't done that you've always wanted to do musically?
Ooh, I've never been asked that before. So I don't have an answer.
Okay.
But
Well,
you know, I just say this: I've been blessed to continue our legacy. That's one of the promises I made to General and Dan and the fans. Because at one point, the name was put up on a mantle, chairman of the board. So I had to reinvent myself. And I was getting letters and emails from fans saying, Ken, we don't care what you call it. We're behind you. And that was one of the best things that I heard, through the years when, at the General passed. So then later on, I said, you know what? I'm getting the name back. Got the name, and we're moving on.
that's right. The great thing about it is now my kids, who are 9 and 8, Alexander McKenzie, they know about chairman of the board.
Oh, wow.
So you've got a lot of new fans that, because of, like I explain to my kids all the time, I say I have my grandparents' music, my parents' music, I have my music, and I explain to them there's nothing wrong with them listening to their music now, but I want them to know that there's some people out there, whatever year they were born and then beyond is the music they know. For me, I'm going all the way back. I mean, I could start rattling off a whole bunch of music that's way before my time, but I'm an old soul. I love older music, and so if maybe some old R&B soul, it could be old country, old rock. I mean, I could start. I'm not going to take up all of your time to tell you all that.
You good? You're good. Go ahead.
One thing I did ask you, because I know what town you're from, and I love that hat. And something I haven't shared with you is my great uncle was a pitching coach for the Detroit Tigers in 1984. Roger Craig.
Who?
When they won the world, Roger Craig, when they won the world championship.
What? That is your uncle?
My great uncle. Yep. He's 92. He's in the San Diego area. Yep. So I have a love for. I never got a chance. I was sick, actually in the hospital when that World Series was going on. Nothing major, but I could have gone to a game there at Tiger Stadium. I hate that one of my regrets. But anyway, huge fan of Detroit. I've always wanted to go there for that reason. And not only the Tigers, but also I'm a huge fan of Motown. Oh yeah. And you were talking about and I wanted to tell everybody, if you haven't seen this, can I be music nerd for 2 seconds? I absolutely love Standing in the Shadows of Motown about the Funk Brothers.
Yes.
I wish I could have met some of those guys. Some
of them, 2 or 3 of them were my friends.
Oh man.
Yeah, Eddie Willis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Friend, Pistol Pete, the drummer.
Yeah.
I used to go over to his house and play on his drum set.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, I mean, from junior high school, Pistol lived down the street from my junior high school, and I knew his sons. And I went over there, and they showed me how to do some of this, some of the things they do. But I was over there just about every day at his house on that drum set.
Oh man!
So I knew Pistol, I knew Eddie Willis, Bob Babbitt.
Okay. Yeah, for the
Bob Babbitt.
Bass.
Yeah. And it was somebody else. Earl Jones. I've got pictures with those guys. Me, General Danny, Eddie Willis, Bob Babbitt. Yeah, man. That is one great documentary.
I absolutely love it. And if you're a fan of Motown or just a fan of music in general, you have to see that Standing in the Shadows of Motown. Those guys, I just can't believe those guys went around for all. That was like 2001 when they made that documentary, and they went around for years, and nobody knew who they were. That's right. You want to talk about unsung heroes of music? Yep. Those guys definitely were. Just think about. I know this is not a Motown show, but we're talking about Chairman. But just they made so many.
We're all part of the same thread.
Yeah, they made so many great hits, and just the fact that they could take. They were improving songs that we've heard that are standards today that we've heard a million times, like My Girl. I mean, you could start naming off all those classic songs from Motown.
Right.
And so I was just, I've always been envious of the fact you're Detroit, you're a music guy, Detroit, and your legacy. And now the great thing about Chairman is you're keeping that band alive. Well, when I see you guys on Facebook live warming up, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I wish I could be like Star Trek and you could beam me up, Scotty. I could go to your show real quick and then come back.
It would be nice, but you know, it's the love that we have really for the fans and of the music, because there's no other music like Carolina beach music,
Right.
you know, and it is so it's so good. I mean, you know, come on, there's a dance off of it, you know, the shag and all that stuff. There's not many genres of music that has a dance to go with it, you know.
No doubt.
So, man, it's just this music is longevity. Look at the Tams; they've been around
Man.
longer than we have. The Embers, I see things where they 50-year anniversary. Band of Oz. I mean, longevity is the key to this music.
One of my regrets in life, and I told you're going to meet him tomorrow night. His name is Mitchell Griffin, and I went to East Carolina. And you know the Pirates, we know how to have a good time. You know we're Pirates. We know how to get time. Well, the Emerald Isle Beach Music Festival. He said it was around '93. He said, "Man, you got to go with me." And I said, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's like being a lazy college student."
Right.
And I wish I had gone because it was you guys like Band of Oz, Embers, Dr. CC, Clarence Carter. I mean, we could go on and on with all the bands that were there. And I'm sure you have a lot of great memories of that too.
Yeah, man. We love the Emerald Isle Beach Music Festival, which we still do it today.
Yeah.
It's not like it was back when we all, you know, back in the day. But I've seen a lot of my friends, like the Four Tops and the Temptation. They also were on that one of those shows.
Oh,
and
man.
one of my best friends was the drummer for the Four Tops. He lived down the street from me in Detroit, and I went to chairman of the board. He went to the Four Tops as a drummer.
Oh, man.
So I got to see a lot of my friends at those concerts, but that was one of the best and largest concerts, beach music concerts there was, because you saw, like you said, Clarence Carter, Sam and Dave, Temptations, Four Tops. It was beautiful.
No doubt. And I know, I tell you what, people have to get their tickets. And if you're wondering, by the way, about the tickets for tomorrow night, go ahead and get your tickets now. InnovativeTicketing.com. It's very simple, folks. I'm an old dog. I'm learning right here on my cell phone. Like today, I had to show like literally my phone to get into the game, the mobile delivery. You can do it that way. You can print them out at home. You can go by Porky's Backyard Barbecue. I'm telling you, you're going to get food from them tomorrow, Ken. They're getting that beef brisket, the two sides of your Pepsi for you. Yeah.
I told the guys about it. They're excited.
Yeah. And but anyway, they have tickets tomorrow. Tonight, they're open for about another 30 minutes or so, but all day tomorrow at about 5 o'clock, they'll have tickets. So if you want to get the tickets the day of, you can go ahead and get your tickets tomorrow. For those in the Williamston area, it's right in front of where Tractor Supply is now, Belk, Roses. There's a big shopping center, Roanoke Landing is called. You can go there. And then at 5 o'clock, the box office is going to open. So we'll be there, myself, Joey Griffin, and a lot of people there are going to be there. We're going to be selling tickets. You can go ahead and come out there to the arena, actually it's the conference center right next to the arena. And I know you guys are going to be getting ready for the show. People can go ahead and get their tickets. The doors will probably open around 6. It's probably going to be more like 6 or 6:30. And then we'll have Nikki Harris, 7:30, and he'll play at about 8:15. You guys are going to rock out the house. The roof is going to come off. I hope we have insurance on that at 8:40, starting around 8:40, you guys, till 10 o'clock.
Right. So, you know what? I tell you what, the first 10 people that buy a ticket will be able to take photos with us. We'll sign anything that you want. And You know, because we just love you guys. We just love the fans. So first 10 people that purchase tomorrow or today, you got us.
All right, that's a deal right there. Can I buy a ticket? um, that sounds like a lot of fun. In fact, you guys, I know that's one of the things that's great about you. For people that don't know, true story. At the Holiday Inn, I told you this story. You've already know this, but I'll tell fans.
Right.
I'm doing my 10-year reunion. My mom and dad were eating at the Holiday Inn at a place called Cobb's Corner. You had the big show that night at Deadwood. You, General, and Danny, I know, were eating there. My mom and dad said, "Oh my God, as chairman of the board, they're like, our son is a huge fan. Can you please DJ? Can you please go see him?" I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know you were there. I was just DJing.
Right.
Literally, when y'all open up the doors, there's all three of you there. I'm playing "Give Me Just a Little More Time."
Yeah, I remember that, man.
And that's why I told him. I said that's like something out of a movie that I didn't plan it. That's why it happened naturally. I didn't plan it. Didn't know y'all were there. But people saw y'all and they're like, "Oh my God, after the reunion, we're going to see them at Deadwood." I said, "Yeah, we are." You guys, every time that I go to see chairman of the board, and I'm not saying this because you guys are coming, it's like the energy that's on stage. I want you to talk about that. The energy you guys bring is not like, and I told that down I'll never forget, Wilmington, Deadwood. It doesn't matter what I've seen you in so many different places. No matter where you see chairman of the board, there's an energy I've never seen. And I don't want to say that I'm sure there's nights that that are better than others, but I've never seen like a quote unquote off night of, "Oh, we're just going to do Carolina girls now. We're going to do this," just going through the motions. I mean, everybody's human and normal. You guys have the wow factor is a 10 every time I've seen y'all. And I know it's going to be that way tomorrow night. And
absolutely. Our thing is we don't play to ourselves because like you say, "Oh God, we're going to do this song." It's about giving our energy to the fans. And then everybody's all hyped, like a football game, baseball game, We have been very fortunate to be able to, have good musicians, good singers who bring it every night that we come on stage. And that's where the energy comes from. Very, very fortunate.
And the fact that if you don't have that energy, I remember my mom and dad, when my dad was in vet school in Athens in Georgia, UGA, and there were some people that went to see, this is how old, in the 70s, they went to see the Carpenters. And to me, and I'm not saying you guys do it, but basically Karen and Rich and Carpenter were up on stage talking about how tired they were. Like, if I go to pay my money for chairman tomorrow night, I'm not going to hear, you guys are going to bring it. It's going to be electric in that room. And I mean, if I want to, I'm tired, but I'm not going to go and to hear a musician go, "Man, I'm tired tonight. I'm not it's like, to me, when I hear that, when I hear stories about that, it's almost like an excuse where we don't have to give you 100% because we're telling you we're tired. That's my gut feeling. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, you're right. I can't, but that's unprofessional, honestly. And I can't believe the Carpenters did that. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there, but that my mom and dad, and they were not at the show, but that's what they said. They were tired, and maybe they were being honest and real. But when a show is showtime, baby, it's just like when we're DJs, there's times when we're hoarse. There's times when we're not feeling great, and we have to, we have to perform, whether it's like here streaming, if it's maybe if it's in a studio where we're doing, like a shift, an air shift. It could be where we're doing a gig where, where we're not feeling great. But that's the last thing I'm going to tell people is that's my nature. I'm not going to tell you anyway if I'm feeling bad.
Right. That's why I'm kind of shocked. But then your parents wouldn't lie to you.
No doubt. And people people. Maybe they want to be real with the audience. I know you guys are great at making a connection instantly with the fans. And that's why I've had so many people that say, that they've heard about the show. I had a gentleman standing beside me today in the jungle. Never
Okay.
met him in my life. I said, I'm gonna have to miss tomorrow, and everybody looked at me like it was a sin. I said, we got a big show with chairman of the board. He said, oh, at the horse arena, at the horse. I said, yeah, Bob Morton Ag Center, and he knew about it. I've never met him in my life. There's a lot
Oh
of people.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are hearing about it. So what we're saying
Nice.
is, go to the game. After the game, you come
Uh-huh.
out, have a good time, and I tell
Yeah.
you what. How about new music? That's one of the things I want to ask you. Are you guys in the studio right now? Can you tell us anything?
We've been
Can you give
working.
any breaking news?
Okay, well, we've been working so much lately. We haven't had a chance to get in the studio, but I had some songs written by two producers out of one out of Japan and two out of England that we're gonna record, and it'll probably be next year, first quarter of next year. And then Thomas has written some songs, Brandon has written some songs, and but we're doing so much moving, we can't sit still to record. But yeah, definitely some new stuff coming out. And let me see what else. Man, you name it, we're doing it. It seems
I know
like
you guys are on the road so much. It's like 1 or 2 gigs a week, right now.
that's all we want. Some bands out 3 and 4 nights. Don't need to do that. I mean, well, we don't need to do that, but 1 or 2 is great. Because we see each other all the time. So come on, man, let's cut it back. We're around each other too much. But no, seriously, we love the road, and that's all we know.
That's right. You said England. Is there anywhere maybe that? Are there any venues? Another question I've always asked you. Is there any venues that you've always wanted to play that you haven't yet? So maybe one day we can play at this place.
All right. Speaking of, now we played London, 2018, and believe it or not, you guys are sports guys. What's the name of that club? Chelsea.
Okay,
You in the soccer?
Yeah.
All right. So we
Premier League. Yeah, in the Premier League.
Yeah, we played a venue that was underneath the stadium.
Oh man. Wow.
Yeah. And I can't think the name of it. And a lot of people came out because they hadn't seen us in years. Mm-hmm. But it was a thrill because Brandon is a soccer nut.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, we went to what's the other major soccer team there?
Manchester United.
We went to that stadium, man. We had a night off, a day off, and the road manager took us to Manchester United Stadium.
Wow.
And
that's a team I like in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Yeah, we went there and golly, had a great time. Now, what's the league under Premier?
Oh man, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the. I don't know that.
All right.
That's the only
so
one.
We also had the opportunity to go to. Let's see. A couple of years back, we stayed in. God, I can't even think of it, but we went to that stadium as well, and they were just underneath the Premier League, and we were guests. They took us around there, and we met the goalies or whatever you call them. And man, it was just great being around those guys, and they love being around us. I got pictures. I got to go find that stuff. But yeah, so I'm not really a soccer fan because I'm baseball, but Brandon and my sax player John, they're soccer nuts. And let me just tell you about these guys right quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
As I always say during the show, can I introduce you to the executives?
Please.
So, Jerome the drummer was with us when General and Danny was still here. So Jerome's been back with me
a long time, right?
Yeah. And then there's D on bass, one of the best bass players anywhere. And on guitar, we have Rod McCoy. And we're almost okay, got you. Rod McCoy.
Not if you were
Yeah, I'm checking. So Rob McCoy on guitar. We have John Page on saxophone. He's been with me 10 years. Jerry Midas Hardison. Midas on keyboards. You see him a lot when we doing the live stream. So got Doug Burns on trumpet, Midas on keys. Heck of a band. Thomas Hunter, one of the chairman of the board. Brandon Stevens, one of the chairman of the board, which we were on Bubba's show maybe last year, I think. Yeah. But yeah, hell of a band, hell of a guys, all of them. I love all those guys, and they look out for me, and nothing like them.
I tell you what, it's going to be a lot of fun. I want people to go ahead, and this is one question we've had a lot, Ken, as people are saying, is it assigned seating? And I said, no. I said, if you want a good seat, you better go ahead and get there early. Yeah. Because you want to be there up there front, front and center with chairman of the board. Then you better make sure.
That's how we like it, front and center.
Yeah, ready to rock and roll. And I tell you what, my good friend Nikki Harris, he's going to put on a great show, and he's going to warm up the crowd. And then you guys speaking of baseball, you guys are going to knock it out of the park, right?
Oh man, we can't, David. We cannot wait to get back to Williamston. Let me ask you a question. So you said the box office will be open at 5,
right?
Awesome. So I know everybody's not online, but tell your friends who are not online to come on out to the Bob Martin Ag Center for Nikki Harris and the chairman of the board tomorrow night, y'all.
That's right. InnovativeTicketing.com. Those that are watching right now or on the replay, when you see that, and you're watching it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, our stream on StreamYard, then what you can do is simply just go to InnovativeTicketing.com, get your tickets. We'll have tickets from tomorrow up until 5 o'clock at Porky's. And then if it's after 5 o'clock, come on out to the box office, and we'll be selling tickets up probably till about 8 o'clock. Probably through Nikki said, if people want to keep coming in, we'll keep selling those tickets for chairman of the board. Ken, you are amazing, and I know that we kept you too long, but I wanted to thank you.
Man, I enjoyed every second of it, really. Just like tomorrow, I'm gonna enjoy this stuff tomorrow. I mean, come on, it don't get no better than David Richmond Productions and Bubba.
Thank you so much.
Bubba Rose.
Bubba. Hey, Bubba Rosenbaum and I we've been doing the show for over 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we started over 600 episodes. We've been working really hard, and it's an honor to have you on my show. One of my music heroes, you guys. And I hate that I never personally got to meet General or Danny, but I'm glad to finally get a chance to meet you. And
you know what?
Great to meet you in person.
They will love you.
Thank you. That would be a huge honor with. Considering who you guys are, legends in the music business for sure. Ken, what a treat. And we look forward to, I tell you what, whenever you guys, I know you're busy right now after this show with us tomorrow night, but when you do that new music, I want you to hit me back up so we can have you back on, so we have our sports stuff, but we derail sometimes and talk about music and other things in life. So I'll have you back on.
I like it, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. And everybody come on out tomorrow night. Bob Martin, get your tickets.
Yes.
And we'll see you tomorrow night. Ken, you're a treasure, man. Until next time, you've been watching Ken Knox of Chairman of the Board right here on the Sports Objective. By the way, fans, don't forget that you can find out anything about baseball going on right there, Super Regional. And we'll have all the updates from Coach Cliff Godwin, the players on our YouTube channel and all over Facebook. And until next time, go Pirates, and hey, go Chairman of the Board.
My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down in my soul, and I don't back